American Pickers Mike Wolfe gets ripped for his new look. American Pickers star Mike Wolfe got ripped for his new look. He sported scruff on the show, which is now a full-on beard. Some fans think it's his way of sticking it to his former co-star Frank Fritz. As TV show's Ace previously reported, Frank is recovering from a massive stroke. Mike took to social media to ask fans for prayers. However, they don't believe that he's really tearing up over his old friend. They believe that he's putting on act for the fans. Now fans are calling out Mike for his new look. They told him that he shouldn't knock the guy when he's down. American Pickers fans aren't a fan of Mike Wolfe's beard. He took to Twitter to show it off. It all started when he promoted the current episode of the History Channel series. As TV show's Ace previously reported, most fans took to his tweet to beg him to reconcile with Frank. In a recent tweet promoting the latest episode, Mike Wolfe smiled as he held up a jug of whiskey. He wore a dark denim jacket over a chambray shirt. The 58-year-old rocked a salt and pepper look with a matching beard. Team Anti-Curtiology here. Mike Wolfe tweeted, "All new episode of American Pickers drops tomorrow night, 9/8 on History." Mike negotiates a price with Wes Body and Austin Pike for an AP Sims fine whiskey jug from the 1920s. Most fans were concerned about Frank. Some told Mike to bring his former co-star back on the show. Others told him to reconsider their broken friendship. However, one fan noticed Mike's beard and felt that he was poking fun at Frank with his new face fur. "Mike, please get rid of the beard. Frankie is the bearded charmer. This makes it look like you're kicking a man while he's down, and that's Frank. Loose the beard." The fan wrote, Frank Fritz was the bearded charmer. According to American Pickers fans, Frank Fritz was the bearded charmer who connected with people that wanted to give up their collections. He had a way about him that persuaded them. Frank had a charming candor and a laid-back personality that had some describing him as a modern-day recycler. Frank and Mike Wolfe were childhood friends who grew up with a passion for antiques. They pitched History Channel about the show, which is still a hit to this day. However, the latest episodes without Frank Fritz have plummeted to under 1 million views. Mike Wolfe, one of the faces of American Pickers, has long been a favorite among fans of the History Channel show. Known for his rugged charm, passion for preserving pieces of Americana, and that trademark worn-in leather jacket, Wolfe has been the backbone of the show since it premiered in 2010. For years, viewers tuned in not just for the treasure hunts and barn-finding escapades, but to see Mike's infectious enthusiasm for discovering forgotten relics. However, recently, Mike has sparked a wave of heated discussions, not for a rare find or a killer deal, but for his brand new look. After years of his familiar rugged appearance, the 59-year-old star of American Pickers debuted a noticeably different style on his social media platforms. A more groomed, slick, and urban look that included cleaner lines, a shorter haircut, and a slightly more polished, upscale wardrobe. Gone was the scruffy beard, longer hair, and working man aesthetic that viewers had grown accustomed to. In its place was a more refined and groomed version of Wolfe, one that didn't sit well with all his fans. The reactions were swift and divided. "Mike, what happened to you?" wrote one fan on his Instagram post. "You used to be all about that laid-back, road trip vibe. Now you look like you're about to step into a corporate office." Another chimed in, saying, "This is American Pickers, not GQ. You're losing what made you relatable, man." Some fans felt as though they were witnessing the transformation of a beloved personality into something they could no longer connect with. After all, part of Mike's charm was how much he resembled the everyday person. Someone who could just as easily have been your neighbor, friend, or the guy you'd strike up a conversation with at a local flea market. His casual, unpolished style mirrored the rusty, dust-covered treasures he unearthed, making him seem approachable and authentic. So why did this shift feel so personal to his fan base? Perhaps it's because American Pickers has always been more than just a show about finding hidden treasures. It's about nostalgia. The appeal lies in discovering artifacts of yesteryear and rekindling memories. When fans saw Mike transform his personal appearance, some felt as though a piece of the show's soul had shifted as well. Mike's response to the criticism was as casual as his previous look. "It's just hair, folks," he remarked in an Instagram story, addressing the backlash with his signature laid-back attitude. Life's too short to keep the same style forever, right? Gotta keep it fresh. But that didn't stop the waves of commentary. Some fans defended his decision to mix things up. People change. Mike's allowed to evolve, one supporter said. He's been in the public eye for over a decade. We don't own his look. Another noted, the guy has aged like a fine wine. Let him do his thing. But amidst the positive comments, there were still many who couldn't shake their feelings of disappointment. Fans lamented that this shift in Mike's look felt like a metaphor for the show itself, once gritty and deeply connected to the roots of American history, now slightly polished and commercialized. A few pointed out that the show, too, had changed over the years. The early seasons were grittier, showing more of the dirty work involved in picking and negotiating. Now the more recent seasons have a glossier feel, with high-end finds and bigger budgets. Was Mike's new look a reflection of this evolution? Had American Pickers lost its way, moving away from the small-town charm that initially drew in viewers? Then there were those who questioned if Mike's makeover had something to do with his personal life. After all, 2021 and 2022 had been tumultuous years for him. His longtime co-host and friend, Frank Fritz, had left the show under controversial circumstances, which left fans upset. At the same time, Mike had gone through a highly publicized divorce. Some speculated that the stress of these changes could have prompted Wolfe to reinvent himself, starting with his appearance. One online commenter, trying to understand the change, mused, "Maybe Mike is just going through a midlife crisis." Divorce, losing Frank, he's probably just trying to find himself again. This wasn't the first time a television personality's makeover had sparked such intense reactions, and it likely wouldn't be the last. Celebrities, especially those with a loyal fan base, often walk a fine line between evolving in their personal lives and maintaining the public image that their audience loves. In Mike's case, it seemed that fans associated his rugged, down-to-earth appearance with the authenticity of American Pickers. Any deviation from that felt like a betrayal. Still, despite the uproar, there were signs that the controversy wouldn't last long. People adapt, and while initial reactions may be strong, fans often find a way to reconnect with the personalities they love. Mike's new look might jar some, but ultimately, it's his enthusiasm for the hunt that keeps people coming back. As long as he continues to discover those hidden gems in forgotten corners of America, many fans will likely forgive and forget the short haircut and new wardrobe. One astute observer summed it up best. At the end of the day, it's not about how Mike looks. It's about the story behind the stuff he finds. That's what we're really watching for. In the world of American Pickers, the treasures aren't always obvious at first glance, and perhaps Mike's transformation is no different. While some fans are quick to criticize, it's possible that this new version of Wolfe will grow on them, just as an old, rusted sign or weathered piece of furniture reveals its hidden beauty over time. Mike's new look may be polished, but his passion for picking and telling the story of America through its forgotten relics remains as rugged as ever.